So that
My
means
boss,
I get.
it must be in the contract somewhere where he can just insert himself into my mind whenever he wants. I didn't read it, so you know.
Alright, heck yeah, that means.
Best friend of yours, the one that can just be inside your mind at any point.
But then there's also the demon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That can
Who,
also
for
be
some
inside
reason,
your
hasn't
mind at one
spoken to
point.
you, but will take over your mind.
But
I'm
will take
pretty
over
sure
my
they're
mind.
the same person.
And it is strange that like when I
What are you
shook
talking about? Of course they're not the same person.
Jarlaxle's hand, my boss, I got the crystal that allows me to cast spells. But I feel like that's unrelated, actually. If I think about it.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was unrelated.
Anyways,
It's not like
it
that was like
welcome,
a pact
everyone.
deal or something.
Welcome
Alright.
to session 5. How's everyone doing tonight?
Alright. And then, do I also do the ranger stuff too? Like add all the ranger stuff for level 1?
Everything you get.
Yeah, you get level 1 stuff as a ranger. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So
Let me pull up the ranger.
Well, I gotta say, my knight's doing a lot better already from all this laughing.
that's good. We love to hear that. So where did we leave off with session 4?
Praising stool as usual.
Praising
Stool and Dimitri's
Dimitri going insane. Not Sorrel.
Oh
Dimitri.
yeah. Hi, I'm Sorrel, and I'm going insane. Also, me, the player, going fucking bonkers.
Yeah, both are having a breakdown.
Both are just having a time.
I don't think you realize how much I rely on trusting my mind, and now we're here.
I hope this is like safe for me to talk about, but like after the session, you texted me like, "Hey, this was great and all, but I really need like a safe space to make sure
I'm a little baby, and I'm gonna need time
like
to
a certain
recuperate.
space during in which I know that this is like actually real." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I can totally do that." It was just funny as hell. And then I can't say I'm not proud of myself for. Just crawled up with Ella like, "Hey, are you still
Ella wasn't here. I was alone. I had Bean. So what happened is that it was 4:30 in the morning. I grabbed Bean against her will, and then I sat in my bed upright and watched the Owl House for 3 hours. That's what happened.
Jesus.
It's gonna be the best way to relieve some stress.
It worked.
Yeah. Unwilling cat therapist.
Loki, you gave an oh no.
So my guy, so I can pick 2 humanoid favored enemies alternatively in comparison to a beast, and it would fit his backstory to pick 2 humanoid characters, and then I get another language spoken by my favorite enemy.
Are we gonna do oops all racist?
Why don't you text me those
again? I'm not
let me tell you whether or not that's like demented shit or like.
Hey,
because like I know I have an idea as to what you're going with.
That's in the quotes.
And like if you want to make them your favorite enemy, I'm not gonna stop you.
I want to, you know, I want to make them my favorite enemy, right?
Your favorite enemy implies terrible, like there's terrible implications with this, but okay. There's terrible implications with this.
Yeah,
given your backstory
Are we on the same
and
page?
who you select. I think just send me your options real quick, and or not your options. Just send me the ones you want to choose real quick.
Hold on, the very first one that came to mind.
That's awful. That's I needed to look at that for 2 seconds. Like, I mean, it's you gotta understand where I'm coming from with how demented that seems, right? right?
I get my
It's
life, which I
Drow, isn't it?
wanted.
No, well, okay. Yes, but also for completely different reasons other than the fact that there are players in the group that are Drow. Knowing their backstory, this is demented. Like,
I'm sorry, what did I miss? I just had a
Truly.
conversation with him.
I'm intrigued now. actually.
Loki is deciding their favorite enemy, and one of them is Drow. Which I guess it makes sense. And, like, it will
Makes
definitely
sense.
benefit you in the game, because there's going to be a lot of Drow you have to fight. It's the Underdark.
Our main enemy.
But the way you are absolutely implying this is, like, meant to be
Full on racism?
the reason for this, knowing your backstory, demented.
And here's another
Toxic,
one for
one
you.
would say. Well, okay. God. Like, so your character is like God. What the fuck? I need you to understand that your character is definitely like psychopath material, right?
Yes.
Damn.
Like you,
alright.
like you're playing this
Great.
character with the knowledge that you are the bad guy in this situation, right?
Yes.
Oh, my-
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page.
and
Absolutely,
my guy-
go
my
ahead.
Yay. So I know Undercommon, right?
Yeah, you would know Undercommon, you would know Elvish because you're an elf, you would know Common. Ugh. I feel gross. I feel gross allowing this character.
You're
I have-
allowing it.
I have suspicions now because they're elvish and what this is supposed to mean.
Yeah, they're a high elf. This is a high elf paladin, a high elf paladin ranger.
Would
Oh,
argue
so it's-
that high elves are the most racist elves.
Are they blonde with blue eyes too?
I don't know about
It has
Listen.
nothing to do. I want to be very clear right now. It has nothing
Would
to
you
do
be
with
interested?
racism. I want to be clear. I'm not going to spoil it, but it has nothing to do with racism. Nothing.
Does that do with religion?
No.
No.
Oh,
We'll get into it.
Hey, we'll get into
Yeah, we'll get into it. So, we last left off with everybody having made their way to the Sloop de Boop, something like that. The Kuatoa coastal city along the Dark Lake. You all are planning to make your voyage to Grackleburg, correct? You wanted to go find Daisy's father.
Yes.
Greckelstug. To go to Greckelstug to try to find Daisy's father. And the mysterious company that he attracts. But you all eventually are met at the gate by a militia of Kuatoa that were planning on going to rescue the Kuatoa that you had met in the slave pen, but unfortunately allowed them to. But unfortunately informed them of the fated end of the Kuatoa, and they let you all in, having with the aid of oh my god, wait, your I just remembered something and okay, anyways, so with Sorel as a Kuatoa. That's why you asked me that. I was so confused why you were asking. But anyways, with Sorel disguised as a Kuatoa, trading amongst the. You eventually sold some of your belongings, bought other belongings, and then joined a charter that was making their way to Gracklestug. Hold on, let me tell you. Yeah. would I choose?
We also bought out their entire thing of rations, so we'll never have to worry about that.
Oh
For
yeah,
about
you
3
ran
years.
some people. You ran some people dry of their rations.
They just decided to give it to us. They didn't have to sell us that many.
Yeah, it just means he's got money
I-
to buy new stock with.
I was trying to stress that point the entirety of the session.
Yeah. It was
Anyways,
you get 40.
and now you all are on a charter. We'll start with what everyone else is doing during a fated argument with a warlock and their not their patron. Their patron in terms of the guild, in terms of the guild leader. It's the symbolic patron
I never
warlock
said patron.
relationship
He is my
between the
boss.
guild.
The patron hasn't spoken to me yet.
Yeah, no, it hasn't.
Right?
It hasn't spoken to you yet. It's only given you stupid visions of Finley, tricking you into thinking it's real.
Oh, I know.
Do you? Because I think we're on the wrong page here with what's going on with your relationship with your patron and Jarlaxle and you. I think we're on two different. Anyways, the how many of you are there? The four of you that are not taking refuge in the lower decks. What are you all doing during this time?
First question. How fast are these ships moving?
These ships are moving. Rather, do you want like a specific miles per hour kind of thing, or?
I'm more trying to figure out if my swim speed allows me to keep up with them, at least for a short time.
I believe so. Your swimming speed should be able to. You'd be dashing I think you'd be like dashing like every single time. For like mechanically dashing in order to keep at a pace of 60 feet per round. Which I believe is what the ship's movement speed is. It's 30 feet or 8 miles per hour.
Okay. So that probably means swim fishing is not an option then, if they're that fast.
Probably, I think so. Let me. I'll say you can do. You'll be able to do like basic foraging. So you can mechanically do. You can like out of character do not out of character. You could flavor your foraging as you swim fishing, if you want to, and then you just be rolling for a foraging roll to see how.
Yeah, I'm essentially just hunting.
Yeah.
So that'd be a survival.
That would be a what?
Would that be a survival roll then?
I believe so. Let me find the foraging rules. Okay. Foraging. It is a survival check. DC is 15.
All right. That's 10.
Okay. That what? Oh, that's a 10.
That is a 12.
I thought you said that adds 10. Sorry.
No. No.
Okay. So we will get to that once we actually get started. But what are you all doing before the vessel actually takes off? You guys are still on the harbor, kind of probably either still on the docks or on the upper deck. Let me get the music actually going. This would be Dresda. This would be Brax. This would be Terrain, Finley, and Deimos.
Finley's probably just like minding stool.
Yeah, definitely with Finley, with Stool. Probably I'm trying to think, I don't think I have like Druidcraft or anything.
Okay.
I don't know. Just praising Stool. Like I'm think of Stool
Say
as
praising or
Dresden's
pleasing
new
stool?
yeah, just pleasing Stool. Whatever Stool wants, Stool gets.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stool wants sacrifices, they're getting sacrifices, they're getting
Stool is kind of just like,
No one will miss a few Quatoa.
I'd love to go to the Neverlight Grove.
I think that's where we're headed,
What?
right? Or at least in that direction.
No, we're not.
It's on the way.
I mean, kinda.
We're just making some side stops
Yeah.
on the way
We're,
to Neverlight Grove.
Okay.
we're just extending our time we get to spend with you. Because we love you so much.
I mean, but I also like to go see my grove. There's like people there.
We're people.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, fungus.
You start to tear up.
I don't, I'm sorry.
Your words cut so deep, Stool.
I'm sorry. Okay, I just wanna go home. I'm sure you have a home you wanna go to, right?
Just 1,000-yard stare.
Oh, well, sorry. And then
Would you like
the
to
four-
adopt a drow?
the four of you are, as you ask this question, the four of you are kind of interrupted with a attention as the captain comes, as the Kuotoa captain comes back down to speak with you all, just calling almost like a soldier's attention, I'm sure none of you actually get into do the actual thing, or
Absolutely not.
I wave.
he just comes over and he's just like, all right, you lot. So you are all going to be on my ship, which is fine. We need the extra hands, but we need extra hands for a reason. And I'm not gonna have you all slacking around on my ship while we give you free passage. If you're gonna be on my ship, you're gonna work. And we're gonna get you into different stations, because unfortunately, the Kurotora might be not so smart, but I am smart enough to know you are probably the smartest people here, aside from me. So, you all are going to be assigned to different stations, and my men are going to be at your beck and call. They're going to answer to you, and you answer to me. Are we clear?
Understood.
Dimitri looks up. How does everyone else react to that? He's just like staring as he like pacing back and forth, kind of guessing all of your reactions.
Not really much. I don't plan on doing anything this guy asks of me. I'm just gonna, like, pretty much as soon as we set off, I am planning on just diving into the water until I can't swim anymore.
Okay.
And just hunt. Yeah.
He says, they just hear Finley give the yes, and they're like, good. Now, first things first. Is this guy with you? And he points over to the end of the deck, And Loki, would you like to describe your character?
My character turns over, his eyes gleaming blue. He's just like, he looks at y'all, just like, he smiles so gently. He's like, oh, hello. A pleasure to meet you all.
Right, so you don't know these people.
No, I don't.
Awesome, great. That's really helpful.
You're welcome.
Oh, I just spilled coffee all over my fucking desk. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Just a blonde elf looking completely
And
completely
blonde.
out
He's
of
a
place.
blue eyes, racist ass
Oh, you're
elf.
saying
Is that
blue
what
eyes
you're
blonde?
Yes,
Oh,
tan
it's so
skin
fucking
with like
over.
elven with elven tattoos, you know, nature tattoos.
Oh no!
Oh, tattoos. Okay.
Please don't tell me those tattoos. Don't show those
Could
tattoos.
you please describe the
It's
tattoos?
on his face. You can visibly see them on his face.
Oh, no.
And
Tattoos on the face.
Oh, face tattoos now.
Oh,
Well,
oh wow.
well,
Motherfuckers.
wait. Here. I'll
I'm
put
sure
it.
none
I'll
of
put it.
them will be like a
Any
temple
particular
boss or like a-
affiliation that those tattoos come
No,
from?
look. I'll put an image of him.
Oh god.
You can.
So what you're saying is they don't like a particular
Oh,
group
okay.
of people.
Well, I
They
guess
have
we're
face
getting
tattoos
demonetized.
and they have blue eyes
Yeah,
and blonde hair.
it's kind of like scab tattoos.
So
No
glad
one
that
else
the
in
coffee,
history had
the
those.
coffee
That's
mug
a lot more
that is
benign.
like not doesn't ever fucking spill. Here goes my trackpad. There's a mouse pad. Anyways. Okay.
This is why
Oh,
you use
this
bowls
is
of
gonna
coffee
work.
like I do.
Right. Like it literally just decided, like I flicked it and it went flying. Anyways,
sound?
huh?
It was its time.
Sure. The Kuatoa looks to you and says, great, sorry, you're down now in either of you. Great, well,
No.
this one is also getting a charter to Gracklestack. I don't know why, don't really care, but you come over here. And he's like pointing to Dawn to like usher you all to bring you over to the rest of the group.
Don then elegantly, just as like Eddie Noble would, he has his arms kind of just like to his sides or behind his back, just walking forward towards y'all with his head held high.
All right, so all 5 of you, 6 including the Curatora that came with you, are going to be sent into the Curatora is going to be under your guys'. It's going to be under your guys' watch. But the 5 of you all are going to be set on different provisions. You're going to have Curatora that are going to be working with you, and you're going to make sure that we get to Gracklestack on time. Now, our travel pace is 22 days of travel, I believe.
Sounds about right.
That is my understanding. 20 days of travel from Sloop de Bloop to Gracklestack. So, that'll be 20 days for you all to get really comfortable. Now, if you take on these provisions, you will get a share of the rations. Simple as that. And probably some actual hospitality. Now, we'll discuss more about specific provisions later on in the morning. But for now, me and my crew will take care of the voyage until tomorrow morning. Get some sleep and we'll talk about this again tomorrow.
Sounds good to me. Oops. Ignore me. I'm trying to close the tab. I'm trying to close tabs. Ignore.
He gives a nod. And he makes his way up onto the ship.
I kindly wave him off, just like ever so gently, just like with the wave of my hand, like bye bye.
Okay.
I then turn to y'all and just look at all y'all like, oh, so I got others along with me. Pleasure. Nice to meet you. Oh, my name's Dawn, by the way.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too. I am designated RTFC-GRD940, but you may call me Finley.
A pleasure. What a lovely name, by the way. Bunch of numbers. Love that.
Thank you. It's my serial number. So, what brings you to Gracklestug?
Sorry. Discord kicked me out for a minute. What?
She just said, so what brings you to Gracklestug?
Well, let's say I'm on some business. A little bit personal business of my own.
Likewise.
Wonderful, wonderful. Maybe if our goals align, maybe I could help you out along the way. I do have some useful skills.
That would be incredibly helpful.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great, great. I pleasure to be at your service.
So you all, I imagine you all eventually hop onto the ship as the ship begins to make its departure. As you all are watching as the Kuatoa run along the main deck, preparing to set sail and leave for Gracklestug, Sorel, it's probably about that time in which you make your way out from the lower decks, probably to, I'm assuming, the lower level, where, not the lower level, but like the level at which everybody is setting up their camps and setting up their bedrolls, everyone else at the very least, is but you all see Sorel, and everyone else is confused, and you watch as the Kuatoa all looked very confused at the new drow person that is here.
Hi guys, how we doing?
Wonderful. Well, hello.
Oh, you're new. Name?
Dawn, pleasure to meet you.
I'm Sorel.
Oh, lovely. Oh.
So we're. I just had to see you guys again, I guess.
Oh,
Are we-
how sweet.
Are we all good? Everything okay?
Does Sorel look okay?
Was that a question that Finley asked?
That's above table.
Yeah, Sorel looks fine.
Yeah.
So Finley will just bring Sorel up to date then. About the whole managing the Kuatoa. Which I'm sure is not going to go disastrously at all.
I couldn't see it going poorly in any way whatsoever. Honestly, I think it's the best case scenario.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I mean, I can stockpile the rations they give me and give them to you guys.
That'll come in handy.
Oh, that would
Yes.
be cool. Oh, you're such a dear, aren't you?
I try to help.
Oh. Sweetest thing right here, you see that?
Very, very sweet, very kind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Friendly bee boobs. All right.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah. Is this night or is it day? Are we starting our stuff or are we going to
You have
bed?
no idea. No, I'm kidding. There's no time in Underdog. It is perpetual night. No. So it is probably later on in the evening. The captain has said they are going to be taking on sailing for the night. But tomorrow morning is when everyone will be assigned to different roles.
Well, sweet. So we got the day.
The night, yeah.
The night. The afternoon. The evening.
Okay.
The next 8 hours.
John, you're here, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. you were just very silent throughout the entire ordeal, and I was
Yeah,
just
it's
making sure.
nothing to do really, just existing,
Any reaction whatsoever? No reaction whatsoever to the archpriest, just silently nodding.
To the fucking thing telling us to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to that.
I'm sorry, the thing?
Yeah,
The thing.
You mean the living creature?
That's up to
You
up-
fucking.
that-
What are you,
that's
an
up to
elf? You
individual.
racist?
Things are not looking good at the moment for you.
But
That's
there's
gonna have-
my fault.
You're gonna have to work on your PR a little bit.
No, it's not my fault. It's a thing. It's like
Excuse you.
What are you racist? What are you, an elf?
Creatures? What?
Excuse you. What?
Next thing I know,
I'm joking
you're
because
gonna
he is
start
an elf.
Talking to Tarain like he's a
Yeah, I know.
lower class citizen.
I mean, I never said that, but there are others that could, yeah.
Gotcha.
I never said that.
I also have to keep
vaguely like
remembering
an
myself that I also have to keep reminding myself that you have Sareth and Prince Darendil here, as well.
Yeah, we got these two guys too.
Just guy who's
Prince
tainted by
Darendil would
spores
probably
and
be not so keen in doing labor, but Sareth would Sareth kind of just like isn't even comprehending what is being said. He's just staring
Damn
at
it.
the ground.
He got more crazy again.
God damn.
Oh,
He's
no,
not.
we're
It's not even like he's got
listening.
like the jitters or anything, or like he's like speaking gerbil. He's just staring he's just staring off into the ground. When he's not being spoken to directly.
He's just gone non-verbal then.
Can I give him the shrine
It
of
happens
Loth
to
that I have?
The shrine of what?
Loth that I have.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Man, I forgot you stole that.
And that reminds me.
I didn't steal it. I took it off of dead corpses. So
That reminds me. Dresda, can you go ahead and roll a d4 real quick?
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
I sure
Ah,
can.
here we go.
Uh
we go.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
So during your times of prayer, during the 8 days travel you've made from the camp to Sloop de Bloop, you have obviously been trying to continue your prayers, trying to get certain other members of the party into this worship of Lolth. And over
I
time,
think-
you have begun to sort of feel this alleviation of this guilt and this weight on you from what transpired in the camp, and you gain 1 piety point.
Yeah. I do have 2 questions.
Sure.
Possibly 3. My first one is, what are Drow's like general perspective on like, surface elves?
Surface
Well, they
elves?
hate them.
Oh,
They
it's
hate
bad.
fucking everyone, and probably more other sub races of elves than anything.
That's fair.
It's not good.
You know. I did
Let-
warn I did warn Loki ahead of time.
Okay. This is not personal. I think that Dresda hasn't said anything to Dawn. It's just kind of been side eyeing them. Very mean girl of her. And as for the worship of Lolth, definitely has had Stool and Finley, if Finley is willing, get involved in some Lolthy prayers. More so like teaching them.
We're
Might be legally considered indoctrination, but that's that. Who's a lawyer
DM,
here?
if I hear Loth, can I get immediately interested?
Oh, you can see that
Yeah,
Dresda
you
is
can
like very
active.
clearly like.
You don't have to ask to like get involved if you want. But as Dresda and Finley, the two of you, Dresda, you're trying to like teach Finley about Lolth and worship of your deity. Dawn just butts in.
Well, hello.
Oh,
I hear you're talking about Loth. I'm quite interested.
you, the surface elf.
Yes.
Dust
Dawn.
was it? Oh,
Dawn.
right, Dawn. She'll kind of like hesitantly offer her hand, which you can see a signet ring on the ring finger.
Oh, quite the pretty ring. I also have one. It's my family crest, but it's a bit tricky. Anyway, he shakes your hand.
Do I recognize the family crest?
No. I don't think you would. Nope.
Does it look better than mine?
Oh, it's very shiny. It's very shiny. Okay.
More than
Mine
likely,
too is,
unfortunately.
mine too is shiny.
What?
Mine too is shiny. Yeah. What, Dia? What'd you say?
More than likely, yes. It looks better. It looks of higher quality. Almost like it just got made compared to the one that you have had for the last week without really many ways of being able of keeping it up maintenance wise.
Is this the fucking business card scene from American Psycho?
Probably, yeah. Actually, more or less.
Don takes very good care of his
Look,
ring.
exactly the same.
So immaculate.
It's like, a pleasure to meet someone of actual taste.
Oh,
Hard to find it here. But
wonderful
yes,
one.
you asked about the Spider Queen.
Oh yes, I'm quite interested. She piqued my interest. Let's say a little while ago.
Oh, it's not often you find a surface dweller who knows of the ways of the dark web. Please tell me why the interest?
Let's say I heard about it, and our values align.
And then she'll, start kind of continue on with her her little lesson plan on Loth worship. Clearly, Stool is the favorite student. But she gives kind of like very baby's first Sunday school of Loth worship. Doing what it takes to succeed, loyalty to her, the blessings of ambition. And I think she'll also kind of emphasize the damn, remind me, what's like the biggest taboo in Lulz worship? I have my suspicions, but I don't want to like nail myself to the cross.
What's the sorry?
Like the biggest taboo in Lulz worship.
I gotta think about that.
Do I need to get the tenets of Loth? I actually have the tenets of Loth because I did research for this character and everything.
Oh, nice. I had to. I have to find it. Yeah, here it is.
Probably the most taboo is your almost arachnophobia.
Like aversion to spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, she'll speak up the beauty of spiders, their lustrous carapaces and beautiful legs. Fear is as strong as steel when wielded by those who can uh use it for the betterment, quote unquote, of others. Um, and males there beneath that. It just goes on and on. Just very,
Mm-hmm.
very trying to establish herself as queen bee of Loth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick.
Okay.
Yeah, Finley doesn't like believe it, but she's like taking notes for like intellectual reasons because she's curious about the culture.
What
I
about
mean,
Stool?
spiders are quite cute little creatures, aren't they? Little small. They're so small, harmless, depending on how big they are. I heard they get really big down here.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about harmless, and trust me, if you stick around with us long enough, you will see plenty of things you've never even dreamed that you would see before.
Fascinating. I can't wait.
Oh, so eager. How
Oh
refreshing.
yes, you don't even know the half of it. I am very eager.
Well, yeah. So,
Okay. It is almost at this point where you hear like the ringing as the ship probably this would probably happen before this interaction, but as you all are actually beginning to leave the docks, you could see that there are Kuatoa all along the harbor that are like waving goodbyes to the other Kuatoa crew people on the ship, and a few of you catch the weird subtle, the not subtle, but it's like it's amongst the crowd of like goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. It's just all of these like farewells, and then all of a sudden you hear, all of a sudden you hear the sort of goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Watch out for the squid man. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Squid man.
As it's literally just like almost one voice as it just as it begins to begin to sail.
Well, I don't mean a metagame, but I know what that means.
Sure. Your webcam is blurry too. So it's like out of character, that makes no fucking sense to any of you.
Yeah, no.
The camera gave up.
Yeah,
The camera won't work anymore.
the
It's
camera's
too
not
afraid
working.
of the Squidman, unfortunately.
Hammer heard Squidman and
The
just
camera was
couldn't-
like, Squid man, I'm out of here.
Wait, is your camera sentient? I know that there's a lot of psychic stuff going on with those Squidmen. Feels like your
It
camera's
looks like it's not
scared of it.
blurry up close. It just won't.
I've not
This is
seen a camera that just refused to focus after a few feet before.
It just won't focus.
Also stuttering like crazy for me.
I
Well,
think that's
anyways,
you. I think that's you, Braxton. Because
Yeah,
it's
mine is fine. Okay.
it might be stuttering because it's unfocused, honestly.
My brain is going wild. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, but I'm already getting energized from just conversating.
So
Squid Man?
yeah, just to clarify one of the interactions. Dresda, Dawn does not have an actual signet of Lolth. It was a signet of their own family, which you don't recognize because it looks like a rising sun signet on their ring.
I didn't think it was a low thing.
Okay.
I got that it was a family ring. I just wanted to know if she recognized that or
yeah,
if it looked better.
Yeah.
It's just shiny. It's golden. It matches his hair.
Anyways,
They're having a little
does anyone query about what that is to the people that seem to the crew members just seem to be like perfectly like the crew you can definitely tell everyone was able to hear that, but
yeah, my character would go up to one of the Kyoto and be like, so what was all that?
I was just saying goodbyes.
Oh, that's it? Well,
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, like, so, goodbye, good luck in your journey, don't worry about the squid man, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you just it all sounded all at once, so it's just.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, about what? It's just a goodbye.
Okay, you know what? Well, goodbye to them then.
Yeah, goodbye. He just waves back out to the dock.
Does anyone else think that we need to know more about this squid man?
Oh, the squid man is just a superstition. It's just this weird, like, cryptid that's on the waters. Yeah, like off in the distance you'll hear like distant like wailing of like someone who's hurt. You might start hearing different voices. It's just weird like underdark stuff that happens here on the dark lake.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you'll have sometimes there'll be a sunken ship and everyone's like, oh my god, it's the squid man. But like nothing really like it was just the ship crashed into like a spire.
In the middle of the lake. Because
would my character
spire is in the middle of the lake.
Question, would my character have some semblance of what he's saying?
No. You haven't been in the Underdark before. You've been in here for a couple days.
Okay. Even though I did research and everything,
Okay, and let's say that hypothetically, like let's put a face on the squid people, right? How in a hypothetical scenario that they are in, obviously they're not, but if they were, right? Could you give a bit more info on the non-existent Squidman?
More info on the non-Squidman?
Yeah, because like they don't exist, obviously, right? But like, what do the myths and like stuff like that say?
Oh, well, it's like some people ran some nice songs.
Yeah, the crazy
some superstitious people will start to hear the distant cries of like relatives and familiars off in the distance of the caverns. People that could obviously not actually be there. Some people will go missing and they'll just blame it on the Squidman. But there's a lot of things on the water aside from the Squidman that could obviously be anything but the Squid. We got aquatic trolls. We got like deadly fish. We got other ships. But like, there's a lot of things that could be on the water aside from the Squidman, a cryptid.
Okay, then why is the Squidman the thing you need to watch out for and not like pirates?
Well, because it's like, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can be watchful for, but the Squidman is almost the most famous cryptid. It's like, I was about to say it's like Bigfoot, but he wouldn't know what Bigfoot is. I mean, there's a lot of things on the water, but the most notorious thing that like keeps spreading across about the dark lake is like rumors about the Squidman.
It's the stories you tell kids that they don't go out in the water.
Yeah. Exactly. We do actually do that. Yeah. After the swimming lessons, of course.
I mean, like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
We tell them that after their swimming lessons, of course.
Yeah,
Mm.
that they can learn to swim, and
We
then they have to
we
fear the
teach them
water.
to swim, and then we'll teach them not to go into the water to swim.
That makes sense.
Oh.
That makes perfect sense. Go with it.
I mean, we've got a bunch of other things on the water we gotta worry about. I've had a green hag on the water before.
On the water? Crazy.
On the water! It's weird!
And you survived?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, 5 of us died, but, like, we were able to get away.
I think that's a good number.
Yeah. It's a good number.
It's a good number.
Ooh.
All right.
Anyways, yeah. Don't worry about the swim, man. That's not an issue. Alright, bye. I got shit to do. He just waddles away.
And he waddles away, waddle. And he waddles away till the very
Okay,
next
yep,
day.
yep.
Sorry.
Certified bop.
Certified Bob.
Yeah. It is.
By the way, can I give? I've changed my mind. I want to give the shrine of LOL to the actual person that's connected to LOL.
Wow. A
My
present for
character
Dresda?
my character would love it.
Ooh.
Don would love it.
That's so suspicious. By the way, Dresda would accept the shrine and kind of an insight check on Dawn.
Yeah, sure.
I meant to do this when we were talking. She's just like, like a general vibe check.
Okay.
Fun.
On a 10,
Yeah,
they seem pretty interested. It's a little interesting that it's a high elf interested in Lolth. A surface dweller down in the Underdark is one thing, especially because they're not one of the people that you captured that are down here in the Underdark. But an obsession, an interest in Lolth from a high elf of all things is very interesting.
Okay. Well, shall we make our way then? We shouldn't just wait around here.
Oh, I guess so.
We're on a ship. We can't exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they said they're out for the night, so what's the rush? You know, we just do whatever we want.
I know.
Or like, what's the alternative? Do we just sell the thing ourselves? Like, is that an option?
Why do you want to sail it ourselves?
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
I
I'm
suppose we
saying
can.
that
We trying
I'm
to-
saying that
Are you trying
we.
to sell yourself?
I guess they could swim. We can. What? We want to tie him up and throw him in the water, or we're hijacking this vessel?
No, I'm just saying. What's the alternative to not going? And like it's kind of not on us to go.
And I asked to what?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. What are we on about? We got the whole night. We got out of there. We're out of prison. Isn't that fun? Went through. We found a new city. It's a good time.
The Bonneray boy is right. We should celebrate in some manner. You should all celebrate your newfound freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I was just in the basement. I'm sure they got some alcohol down there. You know.
Oh, are you trying to get us drunk then, aren't you? It sounds like it, if you want some alcohol.
Along with myself.
Alcohol can certainly loosen up the tongue.
What are you trying to loosen up tongues for?
Not in that. Not
Tell
in
you
that.
what,
Listen,
got
I'm
the
not
night.
interested in here.
I'll go check to see what we got, and then I'm sure they will. I'm sure they won't miss it.
Just remember, loose lips sink chips.
It would. They would. Do,
I'm
they
gonna
most
go guess
certainly
now.
do. And if you touch me in your drunken state, I will chop off a hand.
Didn't plan on it.
Good. Don't even touch my shoulder, my hair, nothing.
All right. Hey, can I do like a investigation check, see if we can find anything down there?
Sure.
I'm sure they got.
You already made an investigation check a second ago. Well, not an investigation check, but you've already been looking about in the crates before. They don't actually have alcohol. This is not.
How do they distill how do they distill their water?
What?
What? This is a vessel.
Yeah.
How are they distilling their water?
They're fish.
They're fish. They don't need to distill water.
Okay. What do they?
But it's mostly looks to be food. Vast majority of mostly food that they're taking to Gracklestug. An absurdly large amount of food. But in all different varieties as well. You can see that some of it is even like littering the floor. Some of the what was it? Some of the like main food, the barrel stock, is even like somewhat littering the floor from the last time you had like inspected the food. But you are able to find a lot of like barrel stock. There is some other sorts of like underdark vegetation, mostly like different types of fungi that are common delicacies. But they're all in different like crates and barrels to be probably shipped to Gracklestug instead of being actually eaten by the crew.
All right. Well, the feast works about the same. I'll try and gather some food then.
I mean, I do have the one bottle of whatever alcohol the thing was that we found.
That's perfect.
The camp.
Bottle of. Where did you find this? You found this at the camp?
In the camp. The prison we escaped.
Did you find this in where did you find this?
Somewhere in the camp. It was worth 10
Oh.
pieces, something about.
Yeah, I see it. It's just literally just a syrupy blue liquor.
That's very descriptive.
Yep. You can go ahead and make like some sort of like nature check, or if you want to, or to try to deduce what exactly this is.
Can't I ask one of the drow I have with me? I'm sure they would know.
I'll say the nature check is with advantage if it's a drow.
Okay. I'm gonna show it to Dresda and I'm gonna let Dresda make the check.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, you know, I have alcohol. I think, maybe potential alcohol.
Just to go ahead and make a nature check with advantage.
Trista?
Did Mario leave?
Hello?
There we
They're
go.
live.
Sorry. Which
No worries.
you said nature check?
Yes. With advantage.
Okay. Ooh. Let me just toggle the advantage on. Okay.
On a
Dirty
20, it like you hold. He holds up the bottle and he's like, "Oh, that's poison."
Same thing.
Okay.
I don't say anything.
The liquor leaves anyone who drinks it. The liquor leaves anyone who drinks it pleasantly poisoned for 1d4 hours.
Pleasantly. Yeah, it's a liquor.
Pleasantly poisoned.
That just makes sense.
I bet I could drink it and survive.
I'm
Like,
like,
Does anyone
our
else
heads
know
are
that
at.
poison?
Now this is it right here.
I'm specifically showing to you, and I'm like, hey, I have like liquor we can drink, you know.
Oh, you can all enjoy. I don't think I will be partaking.
I don't want
I
to
can like
partake in it either.
we'll
It's
even do
all
like half a
you.
shot for the people that don't want to like get
Okay,
really into it.
yeah, I'm gonna drink then. Yeah.
All you, buddy. All you.
Okay.
I bring up mostly fish. It's kind
I
of all
lack
they
the
have.
ability to get
And-
drunk.
And a little bit of
Oh.
fungus.
You're going to let this poor man drink by himself.
Yes.
You guys are no fun at all.
Rather rude of
Guys,
you.
it's not fun if we only one of us drinks. We
I
gotta
think we
all
should
do
all
it.
drink.
I'll even
But,
water it down. This stuff
Finley
is
and I
pretty
will
strong. I get
will
it.
abstain.
We'll water it down.
Nah, that's nah. Just fucking take a shot.
Of course. Not for us, we
Dawn-
don't have to water it down. These two, we
Okay.
can water it down. What
Yeah.
matters
Dawn
is we're
is-
all having fun.
Dawn
We
is
got the
giving
whole-
you the side eye.
I would, but I have no ability to drink.
Hey, that's fine. You
That's
can pretend to drink, right?
I think
like
he
to
just
ask at
wants
this
to
point,
hold the
am I
glass
already
and
in the
look pretty.
Am I already in the water just hunting fish?
If that's what you want to do, then yeah.
I mean, that's when the roll
it's
happened.
It's apparently nighttime according to the Kuotoa, but you couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
And there's also squid people. I don't know if you want to be in the
I just wonder if Rain would have
The
been
squid
here
person
for
thing
the
isn't
let's
real.
get drunk part.
Okay, on a 12, you aren't really able to find much fish. They all seem to be the water is this very like almost impossible to see through, as you don't even have dark vision, so you are going into you are almost constantly needing a torchlight, and then you submerge yourself in water and it is just darkness. You can probably see within like 5-10 feet of yourself, and the fish that just barely reach into your vision swim away almost instantly, as you struggle to try to actually find anything to eat.
Not my habitat.
What is everyone else doing for the evening?
Dawn
Anything
is
specifically?
really. Dawn
Yes,
is probably.
fish. And
Dawn is probably asking Dresda all sorts of questions. So, what about North? How does North operate? Every single question that you possibly can think of.
They'll probably eventually you would just all fall asleep.
Yeah.
Technically, I would
like
go in. I don't. Sleep.
Trance. Yep.
Yeah.
We are drinking though, you know. So
yeah,
a couple of us are drinking. Yeah.
I'm not
and
drinking.
I'm just saying, Dresda, Dawn, I'll water it down.
Yeah. I'm not drinking it.
You know what? I will. I will meet your kindness with some of my own. I'll take the alcohol that is given to me and I'll use it in like sacrifice.
Who are you sacrificing?
What? No, the alcohol itself. I will offer it to the Dark Lady, and in hopes of
Okay.
our safe travels throughout the dark.
You think
Do
I
you
could
think maybe it's a little
offer
weird
some
that you won't
stew?
bring something that you'll give to your patron?
No, I mean that
Oh,
I think it'd be
must
like
mean
a
that it's
sign of
good,
good
right?
faith for you to
Yeah.
drink it first. Yeah.
oh
No.
my,
It must mean it's good. Otherwise, she wouldn't offer it to the god, right?
yeah, my goddess deserves
Oh, you
that
would.
which is
Okay.
strong. She's much more stronger than I. Of
Um,
course, she's a god.
I mean, that's
you
fair.
think I could offer some too, along with you?
Are you trying to get on my good side?
Oh no, not your good side.
Juliers.
Fine then. And I'll hand them, or I guess I'll pass them over the cup, or I guess you're the one that's pouring the cups. Look here, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I am.
I feel like, hmm.
And I do it with grace and poise and elegance. Like I've done this before.
Yeah, does Dawn seem like they've practiced? Like, do they seem knowledgeable of Loth in their own right, or like, do they just seem? Because now I'm feeling suspicious. So I think that Dres is watching Dawn for any like sense of you seem a little too knowledgeable for someone that doesn't know anything.
I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. Just like, let me do this. And just humming a song, just like a little tune. Just like over the beat happy.
Yeah, that's suspicious. No one's that happy in the Underdark.
That's
Server
fair.
stores are so weird.
What's weird?
Oh, nothing. And then we light the candles.
I'll do that too. I do it with poise and everything. Just like, and in a specific order. I do it in a very specific order of candles.
And yeah, it's just rather simple. Just it's essentially like burning the alcohol off for
Ah,
Loth.
I see.
They're ruining it.
Oh,
I
where
mean,
is it? Where again did you say you came from? And
just
why
like
you're
the
here?
surface. The surface. I came
Yes.
from like the forest and everything, you know, where elves typically come from. A whole little city. Well, kingdom more so.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Right.
Yeah,
And you left this kingdom of yours to come to the Underdark.
of course. Why not? It seems fascinating enough.
Oh, because it sucks.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
Because
not
it's
necessarily a place where people just go to visit for their fancy. Usually people come here for something or for someone.
more important.
Oh, you could say both those things.
I kind of look at I I can only think of you as the Bonray boy now. I'm so sorry, Israel.
It's fine.
My name isn't even Ben Ray.
It's not. It just sounds like Ben Ray, and
Spell right.
she's convinced that you are a Ben Ray.
Spell right.
You're
But
not fully wrong.
she gives Israel this kind of like look of like, you believe this shit?
About as much as I believe you.
You look very
Mm.
your face says it all. Just a little suspicion. The way your body language.
Oh, suspicion is how you survive here, darling.
Oh, I know. I thrive on it.
I mean, they were just talking about the Squid Man.
Oh, I know. Squid
That's
people.
also suspicious.
That would be interesting, but they don't pique my precise interest.
More of
Mm.
dry legs.
Sure.
Huh?
Oh, I've got the strangest feeling that God is rolling dice with our lives. Prayers must be working.
Rolling dice.
All right. Well, we got some drinks in.
You got
Sorrel's
some
going to
drinks
bed.
in.
Okay.
You
What is Deimos doing at the moment?
Drinking, like from the
Oh,
bottle.
okay.
Oh, you're still going? I
Oh, yeah,
can't
yeah.
leave you alone with it. Is Terrain back?
No,
Is
we're
Taurain back?
celebrating, right? We're celebrating, so the bottle's
Okay, so
getting finished today.
at the moment, Taurain is still fishing.
Fishing?
Dawn and Dresda are still talking about Lolth, Deimos, and Sorrel are both drinking. Finley, what is Finley doing?
Finley's just gonna kind of wander around the ship and take note of anything that needs repairing.
Okay. All right.
We must get there safe.
How, Taurain, how long do you think you would be out trying to get fish?
Honestly, I probably would have been back by now once I realized I was not going to have any luck. Given the
Okay.
pitch black water.
How long do you think that would take? Like, probably like 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10, 20 of me
Okay.
really going at it.
You get a drink with us.
I would not.
Unbelievable.
All right.
He's very much not a drinker.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
got some
Taurain,
fish.
go ahead and make a. Never mind. Actually, no, that's not.
Oh.
Um.
Yeah, my hopes up something was gonna
Okay.
terrify me.
Damn, I'm so sorry, Terrain.
Okay. So you all, so Dawn and Dresda, you keep on discussing about Lolth until I'm assuming at some point the two of you just go into a trance and sleep for the next 4 hours.
Yep.
Well, Dresda still kind of, and Finley, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Dresda only feels comfortable sleeping if she's near Finley at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, Finley will
If that's
come
okay
back.
with Finley.
Yeah, no, Finley will come back
Finley's
fairly
fine.
shortly. She's just having a little sort of just a very quick jaunt.
Oh no,
Dawn probably. Yeah.
what was that?
Wait, no, sorry. No, continue.
I was going to say Dresda would have after speaking as far as she's considered enough to Dawn for the evening, would take her leave. She's I shall retire. I shall see you come morning. Should you survive.
Well, may Lolth be with you.
The fuck is this,
And-
man, Dresda?
I don't know. May the
Well,
Lord be with you.
you.
I did a full.
I know
voice.
I know what's going on. I don't know what that's about.
My brain went Star Wars. Okay. I did a full on Star Wars reference. Okay.
Is the
May
group
the Force be with
taking?
you. May Lolth be with you.
Is the group still taking shifts while on this ship?
Who needs to?
Dawn
They got the crew
will.
up all night.
Dawn
Yeah.
will stay awake while everybody sleeps.
Maybe later on today
Because
we're drinking
because
and they
Dawn
die.
The Kuatoa do eventually sleep. There, it gets to a point where there is just almost the bare minimum, almost 3 to 4 Kuatoa actually awake at one point while the rest are asleep. Just almost like a skeleton crew, making sure that it's just keeping Adrift in a straight line.
They already got. They already have a shift. Why do we gotta wait? wake up.
Well, Dawn would probably stay up for a good while just because, and then he would probably go in his 4-hour trance and then immediately, not a second later, just be like, all right, and then be aware and alert again because as long as somebody else has his back, he would probably rest, but if nobody else has his back, he probably won't rest because he doesn't trust people.
If you don't mechanically rest, then you take exhaustion. But okay.
Yeah. No, he will rest. It's just like when everybody else is like starting to stir, you know?
Okay.
Once people are awake.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So what do you think your character would do while they're not actively in a trance? And everyone else is.
He would probably try to do research on Loth or try all sorts of things or look around, gather information, keep watch, making sure nothing's attacking. Just a general.
Okay. So you wouldn't really be able to learn about anything involving Lolth on a cargo ship.
Yeah.
Dresda is also asleep, so that's also not an option.
Yeah.
But you can definitely start like looking, kind of like scouting around the ship. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. So as everyone else is has fallen to sleep, you are keeping watch. Seemingly the only person to do so, as the rest of the Kuo-toa fall asleep, leaving only behind about three Kuo-toa that man the ship as the skeleton crew kind of keeps the boat adrift in the water. You kind of begin to patrol along the main deck, circling about, looking about at the infinite darkness of this dark lake that you have found yourself on. A massive body of water, not so shallow, but you can barely tell because even with dark vision, the bottomless lake of this ocean seems to go on forever. During your time out and about, you faintly, often different, at some point begin to hear a voice. It doesn't yet sound familiar to you, but it seems distant. A sort of this feminine voice almost call out in the silence of this barren deck, call out almost a hello as it drifts in and echoes throughout the dark lake.
My character doesn't say anything. He looks around suspiciously.
Comes again. Hello?
It still doesn't respond, just like narrows his eyes. It's like
you try to look around, and with a 16 to perception, you can't see. You try to look around and you can't seem to find this figure, this person calling out to you, but you can still feel this overbearing pressure that you feel you're being watched.
Yeah.
You cast light. You cast light, and you. What are you casting light on?
I'm casting it. I'm gonna cast it on like maybe just like a random thing that like anything that's sticking off the ship, like anything that I can grab, like a piece of wood or something, and use it like a torch.
Okay. Hold on. So you begin to like grab a loose piece of wood. You probably have a torch on you.
Oh wait, I do. Wait,
so you can
do
just
I?
cast
No.
light on
Oh yes, I do have
the
a torch. Never mind. I use the torch that I have.
Okay. You cast light,
On my
torch
torch.
light, and it's not really helpful with your dark vision as you are able to already see in the darkness. And even with this torchlight, nothing.
Yeah, but
You're now
I'm
able
gonna
to
decide
discern
to throw it out further. I'm gonna, or kind of throw it. See where it goes.
Where
See if I can see any. See if I can see anything further. If I can shoot it like with a crossbow, or no, I could have done this on a crossbow.
Where are you throwing it? Because you don't know.
Which direction is the voice coming from?
The voice seems to be at a distance, but you can't seem to yet pinpoint exactly where it's coming from.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna put the torch away then and just wait.
Okay. Comes again. Hello. 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 And eventually you kind of like sit and wait.
Mm-hmm.
Until you can start to hear it. It's this unnerving feeling that you're being watched, but also this unnerving, you're trying to pinpoint exactly where you're hearing it from, but it constantly sounds like it's behind you.
Mm.
Like
Can I
even
wake
as you
somebody?
whip your head around and look around, you're constantly startled by the voice that just creeps behind you.
At that rate, I would wake somebody up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you waking up?
Closest person to Don, wherever he's at. He's probably on the deck.
Yeah, he's
so
on the main deck right now.
Yeah. So who is ever closest whenever he goes to wake somebody up?
Okay. Everybody would be on the lower deck to do so. But
so who would be closest
I'm
to
gonna move your character to where you would be on the map right now. As you are making your way, you'd probably be. Can I move my mouse, please? You'd probably be about like here, listening in. The Kuotoa that are on the deck aren't actually there at the moment.
Right.
But as you make your way here and make your way down the entrance, you hear it one final time. Hello? And this time, instead of it being creeping behind your neck, it is directly to your right.
I look to my right.
And you turn around and there are boxes and barrels that are kind of piled up underneath of this staircase. But looking down at the floor, you see a bit of blood trickling from behind the barrels and the boxes underneath the staircase.
I taste it.
You what?
I taste it.
That makes sense. I get that.
It tastes like blood.
Alright, who's closest? Who's closest down there? Who's like closest to the entrance?
Down there? Everyone would probably be around in the ring. The only person that's probably like the farthest away is Sorrel, who's decided to camp down in the basement.
Okay, so person to my left. Let's say person to my left.
Deimos?
Sarah?
Yeah, Deimos. Or we could do either one. Let's do Deimos. Let's do
Deimos because Seraph is an NPC. So Deimos, you are startled from your trance. A trance that probably looks like you kind of what is a trance? What do you think is on the mind of Deimos as he's in this trance, in this thought, or this like what do you think he's doing during the trance?
I think he would be having one of two dreams. It's either the peaceful, quiet house near a lake, or the same one, but the house is burning. So it's one or the other.
Actually, because the dream wouldn't consistently be the burning. Go ahead and roll a d10 real quick.
Me?
No, Deimos. 9. So you probably find yourself back in this, like, in the open snow, your log cabin intact. The cold wind blowing against you in this calm breeze. But then, as you're sitting in this calm silence, you begin to hear the growls of distant wolves. And you turn around and there are seemingly an infinitesimal amount of wolves forming in almost this massive wave that fills this space, fills the floor around your log cabin, all with these glaring void black eyes that stare at you with these hungry jaws and these gnashing teeth. And they all seem to stalk as if they are looking upon a new prey. And as you are standing there, like almost paralyzed by this sudden amount of these creatures, these wolves all lunge forward in this massive wave of wolves that lunge forward and pounce at you with this echoing wolf howl that emits throughout the forest, and then immediately clicks out, and you're staring at the face of Dawn, who's trying to wake you up.
Who probably has a bit of blood on their mouth because they probably smeared that blood on their lips.
How much blood? I thought you like tapped it. Were you slurping that up off the ground?
No, he probably took a whole hand. He put his whole hand in it and then just licked it with his hand. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Crazy.
I'm gonna reach for my weapon first thing I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Dawn?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dawn just like, hey. No. Bed.
What the fuck?
He then goes, shush, 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 shush. There's a voice and there's blood.
Huh?
Oh, we're all
There's
crazy.
Look. Come here. There's
Great,
blood
no,
over here.
No, that's perfect. We have a second one.
Deimos and Dawn, as Dawn is frantically trying to communicate what they saw to you, you can hear distant creaking footsteps that creak and lurch across the roof above you. You've been acquainted in the last several hours of listening to footsteps creak about as the Kuatoa have come and gone from the top deck above you. This is a large creature that lumbers on like what seems like 4 sets of limbs above you all, slowly creaking and almost moving in your direction from above.
Okay, that's all I need to hear. I'm gonna run and barricade them.
You're gonna run and barricade?
Yeah, just gonna run and barricade the door. I don't care what it is. I don't want it.
Okay, so there's not really a door unless you go upstairs. There is a staircase there's an open staircase that leads up, and then there's a sort of door. So like you have the staircase here, and it leads up here to this door. This is probably the door that you would have to be at, but that leads upstairs.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to outrun it to our door basically, and close it before whatever it is.
So the creature, I'll use this Kuatoa back here as on this level as an example. The creature is like moving in this direction into this room, and you are coming up here, so you can definitely barricade this door. You don't really see anything as as you shut the doors tight. Aside from a small trickle of blood that flows from the side staircase, the same blood trickle that Dawn had seen, but you don't even know that because you didn't even, because Dawn didn't even comprehend that properly.
Dawn was just like, "Oh, blood."
Oh, she waited, or he waited until it all dripped on. It was like a good 3-minute
It's not
process.
trickling down from the staircase. It's like pooling on the floor.
Yeah, and Dawn noticed it, stuck his hand in it, and then.
Yep. Awesome.
Okay, so
You
is there
are
a
giving very
store?
Dompier vibes, which is funny because you're not a Dompier.
I know.
So I think Daisy had a good question.
You know, Dawn could become a Dhampir, like a vampire, but that would be interesting. He was technically originally going to be a vampire.
Yes, you would. Daisy, yes, you would be able to hear this.
Okay,
I don't think you.
The
Are you
feature
able to?
says I have
I don't
to
think.
spend 6 hours.
Yeah,
But
you
does it
don't
have to be one single continuous thing, or can I come out of it?
It does have to be a single continuous thing. I think we discussed that in Waterdeep, Dimitri, with
I guess.
Yeah, because I remember a thing happened during Spencer's like Sentry's Rest, and he was like, "That's cool. I'm still kind of stuck here until until the duration."
What?
Anyways, so yeah, Finley, you kind of like are slumped over, continuously hearing the distant sounds of things lurching above, and seeing Dawn coming rushing over with blood on his face, trying to wake Deimos. Deimos, you rush up and barricade the door. You are able to do that pretty easily.
Okay. Okay, now that the area is secured, I'm gonna go back to the. So, what the fuck? Care to explain?
Explain what?
I don't know. The blood, the footsteps, the voices, any of the three. Pick whichever one you want to explain first.
Well, I was up on the deck. I heard a voice. I came down here. I saw blood. I was curious. I had to make sure it was blood, so I tasted it.
As you're trying to comprehend what is going on, you hear up above this sort of shrill this shrill raspy wake up, wake up.
Yeah, let's go even further away.
Deimos, go ahead and make a perception check real quick, actually.
What about me? No.
This specifically impacts Deimos for some reason.
Okay.
Isn't that perfect?
18. You continue to hear this wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, and it takes a second, but it sounds like your patron.
Fuck.
It slowly starts to almost like it's mimicking what your patron has said to you. Wake up.
Okay, can I cut myself on my shirt to see if I'm awake?
Yeah, you slash your hand, and you see the blood trickle from your hand, from your palm.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. What the fuck? Wait, so
you
what
begin to hear
exactly
everybody wakes up as you continue to hear wake up, wake up, wait, as you just hear boom 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 boom, just slamming of thunderous like fists just slamming on the roof of the building above as everyone starts to wake up. Daisy, you're still just limp, not able to really do anything as you just hear boom 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 of just furious pounding on the rooftop above. I'll take this moment,
guys.
and I'll take this moment. Sorrel, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool.
We're dying.
Okay.
Oh!
Fine, everything's fine.
Anyways,
No.
so everybody on the second floor wakes up to the sound of boom, 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 as you just hear this unknown voice just wake up, wake up, wake up, as like he's just screeching this rat. It's like you can hear the voice. You can hear the voice. You recognize the voice, but it's almost like he's in pain. He's wheezing, vocal cords just rasping, like he's struggling to breathe. But you can tell it's getting better. It's almost like his voice is healing on the spot, or it's someone getting better at mimicking his voice.
I vote not opening that door.
Tareen, did you just yawn? Like, well, what am I missing? Braxton? Huh?
Is that me?
Yeah, it sounded like you yawned as everyone was waking. As I said, everyone was waking up. So I thought you were just like, oh, what did I miss? As you like above, you're just here, boom, boom, boom.
I mean, if I did, I did. I honestly do not know.
Yeah, you wake up to the sound of like thunder. To everybody wakes up. Tareen, Dresda, Seraph, and Prince Darendil also wake up. You can see that some of the Kuatoa tossle in their beds as they are. Some of them are more alert than others, as they're like, as everybody seems to just be like staring up and like hearing the distant like pounding and screaming from this figure above. What are you all doing?
Dawn is like, I vote not opening that door, and I made the great decision to stay up and keep watch, unlike all of you.
So you were awake while this phenomena happened.
Oh yeah, you all see Dawn has blood on his face now.
And where did that blood come from?
Just
That's all.
on the mouth. It legit just looks like you ate someone.
Oh no.
This is not typical high elf behavior at all.
Oh no, the surface dweller is a cannibal. We must get rid of them.
I'm not a cannibal.
So where did the blood come from?
The floor.
So you drink blood from off
I don't
the
think
floor.
everyone clearly understands. There's constant wailing, slamming on the rooftop above you all as this like.
It's up
Oh
there.
no,
It's not our problem.
Her response.
I'm going to open the door. That of my
No!
You're gonna open the door? You.
Oh yeah.
No, I stop you. I stop you.
open
I
the
stop
door?
you. I stop you.
I'm
I
gonna
stop you.
I'm gonna have someone behind me to close it if needed.
No. I'm shooting a warning shot. Like I'm pulling out my heavy crossbow and shooting a warning shot at you.
Dawn, you are currently talking with Dresda right now, as Deimos is up top on another floor, currently barricading the door. You then open it, and on cue, the door, Deimos, you open the door. Silence. A deafening silence
You
rings
let it
throughout
in,
the
you son of a
cave.
bitch.
The figure there is no figure on the main deck. You can see exactly the point in which you should be seeing a figure wailing on the top deck, screaming, mimicking your patron. Nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna close the door behind me and I'm gonna walk.
It's
And,
already.
you know, calmly inspect the serene landscape. Yes.
I'm just looking at Dresser like, I just point to the blood that's over by the door.
Deimos, to clarify, are you closing the door and stepping out onto the main deck, or are you closing the door?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's.
They're gonna die again.
I'm a curious creature. What can I say?
I'm not judging you.
But I'm judging you.
Okay, you go ahead and make a perception check. Dawn, what are you doing?
Fuck.
Don is just trying. Don is explaining the situation to Dresda. Like,
Huh.
yeah.
Did you ask someone to follow you up there?
No, I assume Don is telling you people that
Yep.
what's happening, you know?
I mean, I would have.
Yeah, we'll get
If
there.
you would have asked, I
The
would've-
assumption is I'm holding the door closed while, someone explains what's happening. So.
Yeah,
Alright.
Don explains that he explains that he woke up Desmos. Desmos ran upstairs, held the door, and yeah, and there's blood over there. She's like, it's a whole pool of blood.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things you do see, Demos. As you step out, you can see there is blood pooling on the floor underneath the staircase beside you.
Okay, can I inspect that?
Yeah, you
And-
kind of pull this. You kind of pull the crates away, and Dawn, what were you saying?
Yeah, Don is like, there's a whole pool of blood up there, and he had to make sure it was real, so he tasted it.
As you do.
As you do.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, and there's voices and everything. That's the summary. He's waiting. He's waiting for a response and answer. Anybody gonna respond to me?
Damn.
I
Oh,
mean,
you're
I would-
muted.
Not a fucking.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily respond. I just kind of prepare myself for combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just pull out my greatsword and make my way up to along the path that Deimos went. Most likely.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I saw David opening that door, I would have given it a bit of warning shot, though.
All right, so
I really-
Terrain, Dawn, you both are going up. Anyone else going?
I'll be
I'm
the
not-
last one to go up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not exiting the door, per se, but I'm going up. Be cautious.
Okay, you pass by all the Kuatoa who are now just like stirring awake, trying to figure out what just happened. As you continue upwards, Deimos, on the stair, you move some of the barrels and the crates out of the way, and you find the source of the pool of blood. Neck ripped out from its eyes agape, wheezing, breathing heavily, is a Kuatoa sailor, just limp on the ground, eyes wide as he's barely holding on, just wheezing breath.
Can I give him a healing potion real quick before he dies? Do I have the time?
No. You know, a healing potion, even that is not going to help. As almost like it's like this, the final gasps of breath before
What about Spare the
the
Dying?
last release. That is not going to work either
We
at this
were
point.
in time.
Oh, I'm not even up there, so it wouldn't matter. I was just curious.
Do you continue searching?
I think, yeah. If he's dying, there's no point. So now
You
I'll close
continue
his eyes.
out.
I'm not
You continue
continue.
outward, looking about, around out on the deck, and you. You know that there were 3 Kuatoa manning the ship, almost a skeleton crew. But you only find the one dead body. The other 2 are nowhere to be seen.
Good thing I got
And-
out of there.
And as you are distant, like listening in, trying to search your surroundings, you hear off in the vast dark lake, "Help me! Help me!" Just this wail. echoing like in an opera house. Just as Tarain, Dresda, and Dawn, you all come upstairs to an open door.
You closed that door, right?
I believe you closed it behind him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that.
Yes,
though.
he did.
Oh no.
He did close the door behind him.
No one was around when we saw him.
And you
No
see
one was
Deimos just walking around trying to find, looking off to the distant side of to one of the sides of the deck.
Can I walk up to him and scare him?
No.
Why
What? No. So on an 18 perception, you do notice as the other three come upstairs, and you are immediately hit with the sinking feeling that you definitely closed that door, but now it's open, and they are as Dawn and the other two step out onto the main deck.
So can I see that the door was open before they arrived?
No.
Right, really?
So you open the door, find nothing. You close the door behind you. You keep looking around, hear the distant wailing off in the distance, and you turn around as Dawn, Tarain, Dresda are all walking up the staircase. You can hear them before they make it to the door, and you can clearly tell Vaden opened the door.
Ah, fuck. Okay. And I didn't see anything behind me, right? Like, didn't hear anything.
No.
Okay. That's okay.
Do we wake up the NPCs? Like, Prince.
Yeah, the Kuato are stirring awake. Sereth and Darendil don't really know what to do right now.
Okay.
Nobody could have slept through the.
No. Nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody's awake at this point.
Okay, I was curious. I was just making sure. Dawn is just looking at Desmos, just like.
Sorel, you would have also heard it as well. You can do something as well.
Alone in the basement, far away
Yeah.
from everyone.
Nice.
If you're schizophrenia, as well. Don't forget.
Yeah, with my schizophrenia, do I even believe it? That's the real question.
I mean, to be fair, this is you are sharing the schizophrenic breakdown with everyone else now, so
yeah, you know,
at least you're not
probably.
alone this time.
You know what? He's sharing it.
If you allow me, I will run up to join the rest of the party and ask if
You may.
like what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. You can definitely.
Okay, so you guys
all
heard
watch
that
as
too.
well.
Just
Yeah,
like, so you heard
So I opened the door, right? And there was nothing. But a moment before I opened the door, there was pounding and the fucking voice.
Everyone.
Finley, I will also say
Because
for
of it.
sympathy. I will also say for sympathy, Finley, your 5 hours is up.
Hey.
No, I got I definitely did not get my full 8 hour of sleep that I actually need.
Oh my god, work.
I'm
like
the only one
halfway
here
done.
that needs it now. Yeah, I'm the only one here that needs a full rest.
So
I was just planning on
whatever it
taking-
is downstairs now. I just ran from the bottom floor.
Okay.
I didn't.
So I know that when I stepped out, right, that I closed the door. Then, when I heard people coming up, I turned around and the door was open. But I closed it and they didn't open it.
How,
So,
how sure are we
you
about
let
this?
it-
I mean-
so you opened the door after I thought you were gonna barricade it.
no. You don't get to fucking lecture me because you left a dying man without even checking on him after you found blood. You ran down without closing the door, and now there are 3 Krator in total missing that we have no info on because you ran because you were scared.
What
Who
the fuck
cares
is
about
going
the
on
next
here?
guy?
As the
There's a
Kuoto
bunch
captain
of blood on your
steps up
face.
and steps up onto the ship. What's going on here?
So
There's a
they
dead
might
guy.
have been your friends. The 3 Kuratons that were on lookout. 2 of them are missing. 1 of them is confirmed dead.
And
What?
and then might be and then
As
might
he like looks down at the blood and turns to like his dead sailor off to the side. Hi! Who did this?
I don't know, but it might be downstairs.
What? I just came from downstairs.
No.
I
So
also came from downstairs.
we do not know. There was some sort of creature at some point up here. We don't have the info. When I opened the door to see what it was gone. So I don't want to alarm you, but I think your stories about
No.
the squid people are not myth.
There's still blood on my face. I
I
can't
will
deal
have
with it.
run a search.
Yeah.
I know. He like turns to 2 Kuatoa that followed up. He's like, I need a search for water weeds. I need a search for green hags. We need to make sure that nothing is around this ship. Go and make sure the other crew members are fine. Make sure nobody is left unchecked. As they like not, as 2 of them, as one of them they both nod. One of them goes back downstairs. The other starts searching around the perimeter of the ship. We have an issue with water weeds all over the place. Often here, these sentient bodies of water, sentient clumps of water that just blend in with the lake and are just able to spring up and eat people and kill people.
Does it pound on the deck like that, like it did when it woke everyone
I mean,
up?
it's able to. It's able to do like physical damage.
So does it mean
You said pounding?
Did you
yes,
not
does
hear
it mean can it say hello? Can it speak?
What? In like primordial, I think, in like Aquan.
Did you not hear it?
I can speak primordial.
Guys,
But
don't
it was
trust
not
this
that.
guy? There's no way he didn't hear it.
No, I heard pounding. I heard pounding. I
But
didn't
the
hear
voice-
The voice?
I didn't hear the voice. No.
I heard it from the 3rd floor. I was waiting in the basement.
I'm sure. I don't know.
It started
All I'm
off
saying-
with hello,
Okay.
It
and then
started with
I went
hello.
down and woke up Deimos, and then it got worse.
Okay. Then we're probably dealing with a green hag trying to fuck with us.
Your
I
men
don't
are
know.
dead.
Hear me out. The fucking cryptid from your stories.
What?
Look, I know
The
what
squid
I.
man? You know about the squid man? Oh my god.
Look. It was pounding and talking, and then I opened the door, and it was gone.
I mean, a green hag could talk.
Yes, a green hag is not a terrible commonality here, but it's a lot more likely than a squid man.
Listen, little fish man. I'm pretty sure
come
a
on,
green hag would have better vocabulary than whatever that was.
You'd be just surprised. I mean, we also have aquatic trolls. We have a lot of sturges. We have other insane creatura on the water that have been driven
What about-
mad by the water. They could have they could have thrown themselves off the water, they could have thrown themselves off the edge themselves.
And slit
all I
their
know.
own throat?
I don't know.
What about something that like mimics voices? Because that was 2 distinct different voices. If I'm being honest.
I don't know. I have people trying to figure out what it was. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to help, you can absolutely do so.
Okay,
What about the dead body?
We'll deal with him like we do all the other dead bodies we catch on voyages.
Throw them in the ocean.
Eat that.
No, we don't eat them. What?
Throw them in the
I don't
ocean.
know, it's fit.
Yeah,
Seems a waste.
Well, we're gonna give them a proper burial. No! What?
Is a proper burial not dumping them in the ocean? I thought it was.
Well,
like...
it's a proper ceremonial burial of, like, yes, we'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
For fish to eat.
For the fish to eat.
Well, we have,
Wait, does that
we
run-
have different methods to prevent it from them being eaten, but yes.
You're preventing it? That seems
Yes.
awfully
They
like.
sink to their bodies sink to the bottom of the ocean and lay for an eternal rest.
I just feel like
Well-
that's really like not very circle of life of you guys, you know?
It goes into
Like
the
when I get buried, I'm gonna have the worms eat me.
You're
Okay,
gonna
great.
and that's
Or me.
And the-
yeah, Nathan.
and the earth will, and the earth can do its bidding whatever it wants at the bottom of when they're at the bottom of the ocean.
So you are laying
Oh, so it just stops them
So-
from
It's
getting
like-
eaten on the way down.
So you
Yeah,
wish
it's
for
like-
them
it's-
to be eaten on the platter of the earth.
on the planet of the earth. I like
Sure.
that. I think that's a
Sure.
good
No offense,
analogy.
right? I like the conversation we have about cultural things. 3 Croatoans just fucking vanished. Something was on the ship and then it left.
Yeah, that's a
I think
very
we have
that's a
this
very
moment.
good point. Probably should deal with that right now.
We should. We should go.
You're
How about
right.
we all
So,
go downstairs and
You
see
need
what's
like a
down
blanket
this
to wrap them
creature's
up in, to
downstairs.
throw it in the water.
Let
For the
us
burial.
worry about our own burial rituals. Drought.
What? Rude.
You know,
I'm
mind
Said
you.
you do now.
Never heard
Anyways.
of it.
Just as you are
like-
cursed one, but
Comes.
I do
the
agree,
One
we should.
Kuatoa comes back up, and he's like, "Captain, we are in fact missing. We are currently at 17 of 20 original crew members, still intact. The newcomers are 2 of the newcomers are still there down below. We haven't found any creatures or anything at the lower decks, but we are in fact missing 3 people." Like, yeah, I know. Okay, great. They are actually dead. Now we gotta wait. I need 2 people.
Oh, that was 2
to come up
different
here to
people
deal-
talking.
I need 2 people to come up here and deal with this body here, and then we need everybody on high alert. Let's go. It's like
Taylor.
the captain follows this other Kuatoa back down to the lower barracks, and you can hear him shouting commands at the rest of the crew to start manning stations and to be on red alert.
Can I take Deimos aside?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so, look, it seems like this thing can mimic, and all I'm saying is Don showed up out of nowhere and has blood all over his face.
I'm not gonna say that I suspect anything because that would be wrong, right?
Oh, okay. If that be wrong, then
But
sure.
I'm not entirely trusting. But they did wake me up.
Okay.
Could have killed me. They didn't.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I was trying to blend in, I would also probably, like, try to pretend to help,
And then you would smear your face with blood.
I mean, we don't know how much this, like, whatever it is knows about.
Also, I heard it outside. Well, I saw Dawn and I heard it at the same time. Look, I'm not entirely trusting because they were on watch and then they said, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna stay on watch anymore because I heard this scary noise and I'm gonna leave." And look, from now on, I'm basically gonna reverse my sleeping schedule. Right? I'm gonna sleep during the day, stay awake during the night.
Alright, I don't know how that works.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine from now on.
Yeah, we'll get this figured out.
At least it's not like the voices that only one person hearing.
Yeah, the voices. So anyway.
So Did anyone else hear anything like a different voice, or was it the
I
same
heard
voice
of.
for everyone?
No, there was a different voice.
Like, was it a person you knew, or?
Would I know, DM? Was
Go ahead
it?
and make
Would
a
I
history
recognize?
check.
Let me. You know what's funny? History is great.
19. Looking at the recesses of your mind. It's hard to remember a voice you heard maybe once, twice, maybe. But then, has Deimos mentioned that it literally mimicked what the patron has said to Deimos before?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Just the voice.
It's hard to memorize. It's hard to remember a voice you've only heard for maybe 1 or 2 lines of dialogue. But thinking about how that hello was said, you remember it just barely. From a familiar female drow that is not Dresda. Because there are other women in the Underdark, but it is the individual from your backstory.
Alright. Dawn is like, yeah. I recognize the voice. It was a female voice. She was quite the lady. But anyways, it was a female voice saying hello.
A female voice. And what about during the wake up thing? Was it again the female voice?
No. It was screaming. Like exactly all you heard.
Guys, unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep playing tonight. My head is killing me.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, so I was quiet. I have a migraine.
No worries. Have a good
All
night.
good.
Catch you guys later.
Good
Nice
luck.
to
See
guys.
No.
I like your characters.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, and what about everyone else? What about the wake up thing? Was it a voice you knew?
I think it was. I look at.
Was it different for everyone?
Scratchy.
No,
Throat?
everybody heard the exact same voice.
I've never.
Everyone heard the exact same voice, but only one of you recognized it.
Okay. Because Finley heard both voices. So the hello and the wake up, those would have both been the same as described for Finley.
Yeah, but the hello you would not have been able to hear.
One stay up in the same room?
No, the Dawn was on the upper decks, on the upper deck when they heard that, and then they came down to the lower deck to wake up Deimos, and then that's when Deimos's patron could be heard.
I gotcha.
I could tell you who said that.
Did anyone know, like, did anyone understand the wake up? Like, did that reference any of you guys?
No, only the hello. Because I know exactly who that was from.
Vaguely recognize the wake up.
That's news.
But what, I mean, so Don, I understand it was outside to his mind, right? I was inside bottom floor.
But it didn't happen until you were involved.
Or, I guess, he could have seen me when I went to close the door.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it changes based on who's closest to it?
Do I still feel like it's being? Do I still feel like I'm being watched?
Well, now it's subsided because you know you're being watched.
Okay.
You're
who
being
knows?
seen by people around you. That tension was because you were being watched. You felt like you were being watched, and you can't see anyone that could possibly be watching you right now.
Now
it's like I'm just in a crowd, like I'm in a group of people.
Okay. Alright, continue.
We had to do a deep dive on the lower decks? Something more than what the Koatoa were doing?
What is?
I mean, there's people who are coming up the stairs while the door opened. So if something was to go inside, they would have seen it. The timing would have to be insane.
Well, hear me out for a minute. So while I was up on the upper deck, right, hearing the voice, I felt like I was being watched.
Makes sense.
Yeah. No, like I didn't see anything. No matter how much I tried, I even lit lit something up just to see if it made it any better, even though I could already see. But nothing.
Yeah, someone died next to you and you didn't notice.
No.
Because you found the body before coming. So, I'm not exactly ready to trust your observation skills if someone died next to you and you didn't notice.
Yeah, with all due respect, you had blood all over your face when you came to us, and this guy clearly was eaten.
Well, I didn't eat him.
Sure.
I'm not. I don't really. I mean, I was just seeing it, see if it was real blood, and then just went downstairs to wake you guys up because it felt wrong. Because if we're not awake and those things are killing things, then you guys would be easy targets asleep. You should be thanking me.
It's what you thought it was jam? So you rubbed it all over your face and licked it?
That's not even the problem.
That's too much iron for jam.
You found blood and you didn't check where it came from. You could have saved him.
Theoretically, yes, I could have healed him before he died, but why would I heal him?
Why would you heal him?
Because that's what people do. They help others when they can, and they don't let them die for...
Yes.
At least pretend to care. You're trying to make us believe you're not some ancient cryptid.
Yes, but I didn't care about him. He didn't seem useful.
You see how this isn't helping your case?
I suppose. But he didn't seem useful. You guys seem more useful than him than a dead man.
And that's why we're talking, guys.
That's some straight psychopath behavior.
Gotta keep hold of us until we're no longer useful. So you can...
I've met assassins with more human.
At least tell Rain waits till we're dead.
You guys just seem more useful, that is all. Why would I bother trying to save somebody that's already dead?
Okay, I feel like we're going in circles. Do we have any plans on catching this thing?
Look, I'm going to sleep. Wake me up when you're going to go to sleep. I'm gonna stay awake during the night, and I'm gonna keep watch because I trust myself and my mind.
Well, at least I had some common sense. To stay awake.
Stay awake. It really worked out.
Oh, well,
Anyways,
if anybody will keep watch, I will take a rest. Honestly, I need one.
Yeah, I should clarify.
Alright.
Finley, you don't need a rest anymore. Deimos, you're fine. Dresda's fine. Sorel's fine. I think it's literally just Talrain and Dawn.
I know I'm fine. I just want
Yeah.
to basically reverse my sleeping schedule.
You're fine. But the people who mechanically need a rest, or at least to finish their rest, still is Talrain and Dawn.
I think
Alright.
if I could fit in at least a cursory search on the below deck before I get back to my rest, that would definitely be my course of action.
Are you going to the deck with all of the Kurotoa, or are you going to the base deck with Sorel's encampment?
I'd go where, like, the beast, assuming it's a beast, like, opened the door to get down.
He opened the door here on this main floor.
Okay, so on the ship with the Kurotoa then.
Okay. You go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah, I do not trust their searching.
Understandable.
Can I follow him? Because I also would like to...
Investigation is not great, but we'll see.
Okay, 18.
Roll suited it.
Dawn, if you want to give them advantage, you can.
Yay! Investigation.
That's not how it works. Braxton, you can go ahead and re-roll it.
No, never
You're
mind.
giving advantage.
Right.
Thank God. Because that 3 is rough.
Yeah, advantage works where
18 is 18.
It.
That 18 is staying as an 18.
Okay. So in 18, you look around.
My brain's also tired.
Recognize. You've hunted prey before. Dare I say you probably even have like, if you didn't have one, and I wanted to do rule of cool, you'd have advantage on tracking, and like survival checks based on like hunting prey before, because that's kind of what your character has done.
If it were my home turf, I'd say that makes sense, but this is very much out of my...
This is unnatural, but even in this unnatural space, you can recognize claw marks and gashes in the wood. This creature crawled along the wall. You could see, Deimos, what would you have used to barricade the door, at least the first time, before you left and searched on the main deck? Okay. Well, you'd find that more tossed off to the side, as if this creature kind of almost blew through the doors without a sound.
And to be clear, did you say on the walls?
The creature crawled on. The creature looks like it had crawled along the wall for a certain distance.
Would the claw marks suggest its size in any way?
Medium size, probably. Your claws could have. It could be a familiar indentation of like the size could be your own claws for what you can see, as they seem just like they don't seem to make much of a like. They don't seem to be long claws. They didn't seem like they dug the claws into the wood each time. It was just there's just light scrapes from clamoring of it clinging against the wall and scurrying along the wall up onto the roof, and then it stops, almost as if it was just hanging there for a small period of time.
So the tracks just sort of stops suddenly
on the roof.
Was it waiting for Deimos to come out?
it looks like it was waiting for you all to leave and then make its way back downstairs.
Ugh.
I'm gonna ask a possibly stupid question. Would I have encountered anything with active camouflage in the swamp I lived in? Like a chameleon?
Yeah.
So I would at least have a cursory understanding of creatures that try and hide in.
Yeah.
Just
I dare say you'd
still.
have a history with fighting creatures that used in the invisibility spell. Or at least are somewhat familiar about a magical invisibility.
I should have gone blind fighting.
I'm gonna
We
take.
can't take it. Shit.
But I went with Blessed Warrior instead. I can't change it now.
I'm going to take the javelin I made out of the Umber Hulk's corpse and ready my aim at where the tracks end.
Nothing.
Hold it for a moment and then let loose, throwing it like just like right around where a creature would be hanging, where those tracks end currently.
It splinters the wood and pierces to the upper deck.
Oh my
Nothing.
God.
Oh my foot!
You just hear Sorrel just up on the top. Ah, shit!
Specifically out of all the Tuatau right above me, I hit Sorrel.
You're on this level. You're on this
Given you say
level.
it's spaceship,
This
that would be
is
rolled
above.
over and die.
Where is Sorrel, by the way? That's a good question.
If I got stabbed by the foot, I thought I'd be up here.
Well, I'm on
You're
the
talking with everyone else,
Tuatau.
but then everyone kind of breaks away. Deimos is going to go to sleep, going back down to sleep. Dawn.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
going
no.
back down to sleep.
I'm
I wanna
planted
sleep.
in the middle of the deck.
I'm
Like I'm sitting in between everyone.
Yes. Okay. Dawn and Tarain are currently investigating the room here.
Right here.
No, it's this
Oh.
one here. They're investigating this
Oh,
area
okay.
here.
They're
Where the
investigating
door
that.
is. Yeah.
Oh,
Let me
for the
move these two
bit.
here.
Oh, I thought it was
For
on
the
the
bit.
Tuatau.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is where the door that
Sorrel,
was
you kind of like.
I gotcha.
You kind of like jolt backwards. Go ahead. Oh.
Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
And this. I cut out there for a
Let
second.
me just verify something real quick. Okay. Yeah, you hear the splintering of wood as nothing makes purchase except for the roof of the building. Your spear pierces through, and you just hear the yelp of Sorrel jump backwards.
It just looks like another Umber Hulk jumped out of the ship.
Like, you're gone, not again.
Like it's just like one of its mandibles just like jury rigged to a stick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just all of a sudden like see this weird spear, unfamiliar to you, kind of just like fall like stab through the roof, and you're just like befuddled at what's happening.
Are you trying to kill me?
Immediately after that, you just hear a grunt of effort as Rain just jumps from where he is, trying to reach the spear. I assume the deck is pretty short, but you know it's still probably
Yeah, no,
taller
the
than him.
roof. It'd probably only take minimal effort to actually jump up and rip the spear out.
Yeah. Did I hit you?
You nicked my toe a bit. We're good.
Hmm.
Maybe a
Apologies.
warning.
I could always grab another spear.
I'll get off the deck.
So Finley's going to start combing the Kuatoa deck.
I sort of just shout through the hole I made.
It would
There's
be
track.
It would be the Kuatoa deck if they weren't actively running around frantically, assuming different positions. It's chaos, not only in the barracks, but now they're flooding up to the upper deck, moving to different positions. They don't seem to have very many they don't seem to have any sort of siege weapons on the ship, but they do have their own special hand crossbows that some Kuatoas stand at the ready with on either side of the ships, as all their Kuatoa assume the positions that have been lost with the missing Kuatoa. The captain is still barking out orders, making sure everyone is still on high alert. Finley, you are checking this resting area. Terrain, you said you were doing all 3 levels?
Yeah, back down to where we were sleeping. Yeah.
Okay. Do you go down to Sorel's or just stay at where Finley is?
I'm checking the whole ship if I can.
Go ahead and make another investigation check.
I go with you when we go to.
Yeah,
I'm checking the whole ship with you.
I'm gonna tell Sorel I found tracks.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'm checking
maybe-
the whole ship with you, so I followed, by the way. Sorry.
Okay.
Is that what you
can give?
Stab that?
Braxton, you can roll another investigation check with advantage. Finley, I'll say of the 3 of you, Finley, Tarain, and Dawn, those with proficiency in investigation can make a check with advantage.
I do not have proficiency.
I do not have proficiency.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Or perception. I
Bam.
could do.
Okay.
But
So it's
investigation.
just Stacy.
Sorry, that went through twice. That's 10. Sorry.
Oh no, that was me. I accidentally clicked.
No,
I was hovering over it.
Oh,
We're all good.
Yeah. Okay. So, on a 10, kind of rummage, you kind of roam about. The lower decks is being inspected by maybe 2 Kuatoa, but that by the time you kind of walk downstairs, already are making their way up. Sorel, you kind of watch from the base of the staircase on the final level as they kind of walk in. You can see there's bits of barrel stock, this the common food that they have. The barrel stock is kind of just bits of it are littering the floor, almost as if something was overturned or something spilled, but it's all just lying across the floor. But aside from that, there's nothing really apparent.
Yeah, I think it looked like that earlier when I got the fish.
So no more evidence of any tracks.
No more.
Alright.
This doesn't mean we're safe. There's the possibility it's invisible. Or
You
camouflaged.
said the tracks were claw marks?
Right
What kind of
where
squid has claws?
Oh wait, no. My bad. I was trying to open it as well. Ignore it. I'm trying to open
Okay.
things. I'm sorry.
You're all good.
my spear almost took out your foot. That's where they ended.
Strange.
how many digits did the claw have?
That's a good question. How many did they have? Gotta pull up the stat
About-
block.
4.
4-digit claws.
Yeah, you would have seen almost like him missing a thumb.
They don't need
Sound-
dent their claws to climb, so it can not leave a trace.
I mean, we know it can mimic. Who's to say it can't mimic what we look like? It stopped having claws once it had legs.
I don't like that theory.
If it did that, it would have fallen from the ceiling. So,
Unless
none of us are tall enough to not make a sound falling from that height, at the very least.
my character's like 6 foot or something, 5 foot, 6 foot.
I don't know. I feel like that's not something that we can take out of it. I don't know if we can really trust anyone here.
My character's wiping off the blood off my face, by the way.
Well,
Does
good.
anyone know of any creature like that? 4 digits, claws.
Could I roll history?
I'm gonna say
more
for this instance, no.
Yeah.
Dresda probably has a
Nature?
better view
I
of
could
the
roll
Underdark,
nature.
but
It's
I
a
don't
negative
think she'd
1,
know
but
anything about this.
There is no check you could roll.
okay.
Especially as surface dwellers, I think, are just kind of excluded from Underdark wildlife thought process.
Yeah,
I
fair.
don't spend much time in the Underdark.
Unless if they have a good correlation.
I mean, if there are no more attacks, I guess we're good till morning?
I would still take turns watching.
I'm
Oh,
not
of
sleeping
course.
on the
I
ship,
mean,
but
there's only 2 of you that need to sleep still, right? Tarain and
Yes.
Dawn? The rest of us can keep watch.
incredibly
Mhm.
tired.
Yes, I will happily stand guard over you to make sure that nothing gets you.
You're
Finley's
so kind.
pretty cool
So
about
kind.
that.
If I am honest, you are the only one I trust for that.
Oh,
Understand.
you honor me.
You're also you can also just stay awake too.
That would be detrimental.
We probably need our full rest. I suggest you guys sleep. If you want me to stay watch, I can too, or I'll keep searching. I'm all good for the night.
Please.
Keep the fishes and demons away, at the very least.
Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, demons away, that might just have to be me away, but I'll do my best.
All right.
I am referring to the murderer creature,
Oh, okay.
but your demon is not excluded.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you stay away though.
Okay.
It's a
do my
weird
best.
little mix and match.
Mm-hmm. No, just I have to live with it.
Mm.
All right.
So the 4 of you all make your way out of the lower depths. So if I'm correct in saying Tarain and Dawn, the 2 of you are going to sleep.
Yes.
Deimos, you are also going to sleep, quote unquote.
I think Deimos is awake.
Yes, but I would be the upper deck.
Oh, you're
I am
chancing on the.
Yeah, turning on the upper deck.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
not
staying
quite.
close to Finlay.
Yeah. I'm also going to ritual cast alarm and just let the Kotoa know, don't come within this area because it will set an alarm off. I really don't want to take any chances. I will be setting an alarm over the sleeping areas once everybody's into sleep, just to make sure that we're keeping everyone as safe as possible. So if any of the Kotoa are also going to sleep, I'll say sleep within this area.
We checked the lowermost level and this level. I think we're all clear on that front. Keep on guard, but we'll just be blocking this corner so that they can get some rest, and whoever needs it.
Captain says, guess you're not gonna be on any provisions. Instead, you are probably the strongest people also here, except for me. So, you all
Never
Still
count.
not
are gonna
trust
make
this guy.
sure these 17 Kurotora are still alive by the end of this voyage. Copy that?
Of course.
We can always knock one down. What?
No.
It was a joke.
You already dropped
Well, it
the
wasn't
ball
funny.
with the
Three
other
people are
one.
already missing.
Maybe try to keep the rest alive.
Mm-hmm. Free loot, anyone?
I will take you off of this fucking boat. Do not.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't do it. I don't
People
need whatever
died,
you.
Don.
I
There's
don't
no
need
time
whatever
for
you
jokes right now.
have. I really
We have
don't.
to set up a burial for this fish to go to the bottom of the ocean, sleep in
already
with the
happened.
fishes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it took like 5 minutes, but like, while you
I
guys were
feel
down
like
there.
a ceremony should take longer than that, right? That's like an hour
It happens a
procedure.
little too frequently for it to last that long.
Oh, okay. Maybe they don't care that much about the. I don't know. Do you guys have like a?
Death, but there's so many.
Well, yeah, obviously, but like,
like
is
a
it like
war.
a? Yeah, so like
We
you
have
care
war
about
on the
death,
dark
but
web.
it's gonna happen, casualties and all that.
Yeah.
What is the sanctity of life here?
We don't want
Highest
we
or like?
we want life. We want as much of it as possible, but it's like a, I don't know. It's like taxes. You lose money, and you're upset
They
about
have
it.
a
and
concept
you're upset about losing money, but you kind of gotta keep moving on, kind of keep getting more
gotta-
money to eventually, potentially lose again.
Yeah, no, I get you. That makes sense.
Why do the fish people have a concept of taxation?
We run
They
a
have a
charter.
city. You don't think they
This
know
is
taxes?
This is a supply chain. We pay tariffs.
Terry? You guys are on the wrong system. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you about Queen, the Queen of Spiders. Man, the tariffs have been going up so much. We thought they were gonna go to the other people.
And now you're paying them because they're like, hey, we don't want to pay for these
Gracklestone
tariffs.
was gonna pay more tariffs, but we don't want to pay for tariffs.
Well, I mean, it's not like you guys are in charge of Gracklestug. Why would they pay the tariffs that your country made?
I know, right?
You should be the ones paying. It's so obvious.
Anyways.
All right, so
Rest.
the rest of the night goes uneventful. As you know what, I'm gonna conclude the session here, just because we had to lose Amari. But before we do, I'm gonna ask for one more wisdom saving throw from Sorrel real quick.
Cool. I can do these well. Oh, that's an intelligence.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hit the wrong one. Hey!
16.
Maybe
So Sorrel,
Yeah.
you had just concluded an argument with Jarlaxle Benray. He walked and phased into a box and disappeared
Guy.
as he left you to wallow in your in your lack of sanity after the illusions that had just happened. You eventually compose yourself, stand up, and begin to go and walk to join the rest of your party. But as you did the night prior, just almost like 8 hours ago at this point, you were met with what you thought was an illusion. A long, tall figure hunched over on all fours, long and lengthy limbs, humanoid in nature yet gaunt, distorted just a bit. Featureless, as if you were staring into a figure composed of the void itself, mist billowing, you can tell there's a bit, potentially this is an illusion. Or perhaps you're not seeing the full picture. As the figure, and as this humanoid face, featureless, eyeless, stares at you, you watch as its face splits open, like a flower blooming. And then it lunges at you. And then you wake up, falling, teetering off to the side. You fall out of a barrel stock. The bits of food throwing, tossing across the base of the floor as you teeter and roll out of the barrel you've been stuffed in. You've been hidden in. And you feel this unnerving feeling that a lot of time has passed. And Daisy, Dresda, Finley, Tarain, as you all are conversing with the Kuatoa as they're racing all about, one figure that disappears from the upper level is Sorel, almost fading into the constant bustle of the Kuatoa crowd around you. This figure, this shape changer, is still amongst you somewhere. And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Sorel, I knew it was
Just
you.
stumbling up the steps.
I knew it was you, Sorel. You are the Demigorgon. You're the Demigorgon. Demigorgon.
The Demogorgon.
The Demogorgon.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know I was supposed to like play Sorel. I feel like I was not at all that entire time.
You're a Demogorgon. That's why.
I might just be stupid, but I didn't notice a single thing that was off about that, including the only thing that felt a little off was you being adamant in talking about Kuatoa burial.
Hey, come on, let's just drink some alcohol. Let's get drunk. Let's get delirious.
Let's have a good time.
Let's have a good time. What the fuck is the Squid Man? Don't worry
I'm not
about
scared
it.
about anything at all, actually.
I did not even register that possibly would have been.
I mean, to be fair, I
Sorel,
pushed for it
fucking
just as much.
Anxiety persona.
This shape changer probably was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this elf? So it's just like, why did it lick blood?
That was crazy. And I was like, oh, I can pin this on Dawn, and then we can have some infighting while I try and eat the rest of the crew.
I wouldn't incriminate themselves when they're already a stranger. All right.
I was just like, nah.
Great.
That's why I was like talking about, like, it's so funny how, and I couldn't finish my sentence at the beginning of the show, at the beginning of the session, because I was like, it's so funny how the person
I was surprised there wasn't more
imposter syndrome is now the one being the imposter.
I'm surprised there wasn't more anything about how I'm not a Kuatoa now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that too.
Kind of dumb.
I completely forgot.
Just straight up not a fish guy.
I did just realize my javelin hit its intended target.
Mhm.
I hit the
Amazing.
monster. It's just
I
that
did.
the monster.
I there was at one point when you had hit that where I was scrolling through everyone's passive perception. It was like, if anyone's passive perception was high enough, they would have heard like a more of a hiss or like some sort of like unnatural like startle from from Sorrel than just
Luckily for you, none of us are perceptive but me, and I was too far away.
I'm not that perceptive.
No,
Not even
none of you are. Dresda has a 14.
Which they're the cleric.
Yep, yeah, they're the cleric.
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, that was so fun. I just sat here and just like with a grin.
I was
just had
gonna
everything
put
going on.
I was gonna put my proficiency bonus and perception, but then I went persuasion.
Yeah, hindsight.
Hey, we did it. We did it, guys.
We did it!
What?
Yeah.
What did you do?
We did it.
Sat in a barrel
did
for
we
like 8
do
hours.
exactly?
We got drunk.
What? Yeah.
Two of us. Fucking up with everyone else.
Yeah, I came back with the new character.
They willingly put poisons into my body.
No, but we don't know it's poison.
Well, it's alcohol, so it's poison.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure I just misinterpreted what the like it went into like I think it is supposed to just be a liquor, like an alcohol. It's just that's how the
It said a
alcohol actually
pleasant
works,
poison.
which is like 1d like what was that 1d4 days or hours?
It said hours.
Ever clear.
1d4.
Yeah, it was
hours.
a
okay.
potent. It was a potent poison.
It was extremely
Alcohol.
potent,
One hell of a drug.
very good for you, but it gave you a buzz.
Yeah.
Like that's what I stand for. That's like objectively the one of the worst things that Taurine would never put in his body. His liver's got to do a lot to like diet, like his liver's going through
Grind
a lot.
all them stone.
Yeah, like his diet is too varied to damage it.
And
As
then I
if
was
you
like,
Gotta
you know what?
digest those on the
I'm gonna
whole.
take some of their stock.
I love
gonna do
how you
something
try to make
damaging.
my character seem like a cannibal. They're not a cannibal. There is a reason why they taste blood every now and then.
No, I mean, like, I get it. It's like a tracking thing. When I see, like the ranger archetype where they taste the blood to see where it came from, they usually, like, tap and then lick. You went
full palm.
Exactly.
To be fair, right? You can't say that it was Sorrel's doing. It was like, yeah, I don't care about them. Let them die. You know, it's like.
Yeah, at that point, that wasn't even the shape changer's fault. You had every right to take that hit.
everything was playing into it where I was like, okay, Don is the fall guy. That's
At the very least,
the fall
Don-
guy. The captain could be the fall guy because he didn't hear. Everyone was really.
We're gonna have
not-
some strong infighting. I'm gonna get everyone against each other, and then I'm gonna be eating people as I do it.
And my character doesn't know who you are, so he's like he never met you, so he wouldn't know your habits.
Yeah, it's crazy that the only one that kind of clocked me was the one that didn't know me before.
That is
It's
kind of,
great.
honestly, I feel like even if I find out who killed the Kuatoa, I still wouldn't like objectively think they're the bad person.
I feel like they were hungry. They were just hungry.
I am
Sometimes you get hungry.
Okay. So let's recap the group real quick, right? We have an automaton that's vibing, honestly.
literally just
and-
Very violent.
incarnate.
We have a fucking drow that is worshipping both Lolth and the fucking mushroom. An insane drow. A guy with a demon in his head. A complete psychopath, and I don't mean the lizard man or the guy that's currently talking with demons. And like a lizard man that's like, yeah, if you die, I'll let you respectfully, you know. And out of everyone, the most normal person is the lizard man that's going to eat me if I die, and
I'm not
me,
thinking while
the
you're alive.
demon, like
I've
a
also-
direct connection to a demon.
Sorrel has actively been scared of Taurain, like saying that he's gonna eat people when they die. The demon was, or whatever, the squid man was cool with it. the Squidman was like, "Yeah, why would you let that go to waste?"
Oh my god. Yeah, that should have been a
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Like,
my character would have been like, okay, that's fine. I do stuff like that too. Like, why? Why not?
in character, I
Yeah,
would have been
but
like,
see,
finally,
see
it's
why
making sense.
that's
But,
why
yeah.
it didn't clock it though. It's like
Yeah.
we're surrounded by literal psychopaths, right?
I also
So if Shrel was with it, I would be like, yeah, yes, it's just my fate.
it was also a small detail, but I did put emphasis on the barrel stock because it was like
It's
oh
all
yeah,
knocked
there's food on the
over.
floor because it was pulled out of the barrel that was then replaced with a body.
But I looked first, so I just said it was like that when I got in here.
Oh, clever.
My character wouldn't have. My character. I didn't. The only reason my character didn't investigate the barrel, he's like, oh, there's blood. Somebody's dead. Walks downstairs.
Which is
It's
crazy.
dead.
Like, it makes sense for the character.
Shrel wouldn't
It
lie
just
to me. I
really
trust
worked to
Shrel.
like. Ugh.
I can't wait
And it
to-
worked beautifully for you.
Anyways, we'll be back to Anxious Incarnate Sorrel in 2 weeks.
can't wait to have a no, he's the imposter. No, he's the imposter moment.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can't trust my own thoughts, and now there's also a real thing that I can't trust.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's gonna be so cool.
Not only can I trust whether what I'm seeing is even a person, if it's a person, it might be a bad person.
Hey, remember when I said I give you that safe space of like knowing that everything is real while you're with the players?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't count with the Squidman. I get it. No, that makes sense. I get that. We're all in the same boat on that one.
This session, so
Yeah.
yeah, you
Honestly, I think I'm having more fun playing Dawn than the Levy. Well, actually, his real name was Silas, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dang, did he not have like a name tag on him?
Yeah.
It was briefly brought up during the argument where Jarlaxle was like shitting on Sorrel, like, you had a fucking son of the queen and you did nothing.
Right.
The guy I gave the dagger to?
Yeah.
The fucking asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's on me.
Guard barehanded.
But it's okay. I'm coming back in. Raining hot with a great gun.
Consequences that the prince of the city of spiders is dead. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a good thing.
I gotta pee.
Unless Dawn dies and
And
comes
somehow
back
attached
somehow,
to
if you want to make that a thing. But
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I'll be honest, that coffee's hitting right now.
I didn't even have coffee to drink because it all spilled.
I was not intending for Silas to die, but honestly, I think I'm playing Dawn pretty well. A lot better than I could Silas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Silas, I had a vision, but I didn't feel like I played him properly.
Like their weird obsession with finding out about Lulf so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm just sitting
There's a
back,
reason for it.
leaning back with this backstory, and on my left screen, being like, yeah.
I'm wondering if that's a prey. I'm wondering if that's like a hunter tactic. What about your prey, or some just.
I wish.
It's definitely something morbid.
I wish it was actually like prey, predator. Well, it is prey, but like not in that sense. Anyways,
R-A-Y or P-R-E-Y?
No. Well,
Yes.
There's a third.
Anyways,
Love
I will
that.
not spoil it. I'll let Dawn do that whenever they actually get to that in the campaign. But for
Makes
now,
sense.
that's going to be the end of session 5 for tonight. the session I titled Alone and Adrift, by the way. Thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you guys. When do I see you guys?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
I'll see you guys on the 31st of May. Well, I'll see some of you on the 23rd of May, but for the rest of you, I'll see you on the 31st. Take care. Have a good night.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Yo.
Bye-bye.
Wait. What was your... I'm curious. Brain is like, what is y'all's first thought of Dawn just meeting him for the first time?
Wait, first thought was, is he a Nazi? Then immediately into...
Because we're still on that.